Who wants some of this? Bonk!
Alright, welcome back everyone. This is part 2 of my Newbies guide. We're going to be going over gameplay. We're going to start here with our scout. As you can see, I'm trying to flank everyone here and just kind of pull back and harass. And luckily I got that sniper there with the pistol. And there's this demo here coming up that doesn't see me, which is perfect for what you want to do when you're on scout. Now through most of these gameplay videos, I'm going to try and stick to the vanilla or just the regular default weapons, so you kind of get the same view as you would if you were just brand new to this. Now the thing about this guy is he's a specialist with the shotgun, so you kind of want to pull in and pull out as fast as you can here. Now I switched to the pistol because I was out of ammo, and it was just easier just to keep shooting people with the pistol there. And of course you got the bat there as well too to help out Angie. Now before I forget, as you can see earlier on the slide, Scout, he's the fastest class. He can push that payload twice as fast as anyone, and he also has access to the double jump. Now the other thing that's really you should look out for is aim, which I did not have there whatsoever. So try and aim as much as you can with Scout. And we're going to move on to our next class.
This is my world. You are not welcome in my world.
And that next class is going to be Soldier. Now I don't know if you can see it real well here, but I'm about to start aiming for the sentry way back there. And it takes about 3 or 4 rockets to really finish it off, but that's just one really powerful thing about Soldier. I got right here, that's just a rocket jump. You just aim down, shoot a rocket, and jump at the same time, and you are good to go for that rocket jump. That's your basic jump. And I guess this really shows you how easy it is to kind of pick up and play Soldier. He's kind of point and shoot. You do kind of need to anticipate your targets a bit if they're going to be running, but these guys are mostly going straight on me. Another thing here is the shotgun. Don't underestimate the shotgun, especially when you're out of bullets on your rocket. Just kind of switch to that. If they're mid-range, you can do some pretty decent damage. Alright, next class we got is the Pyro, and I cannot emphasize enough the spy check. You can see that spy, even though he killed me, he still dies because of the afterburn. And that afterburn is deadly, so always make sure to burn everything you can, especially on the payload cart, because payload gives you ammo, and so it gives you no reason not to spam your fire and make sure none of your friends are going to get backstabbed with the spy. Which on this map there's a ton of them, like this one coming up here. This demo man's a spy. We're going to air blast him to keep some distance between his target so you can't stab him, and kill him off that way. Another spy right here in this corner. See, they could have potentially wrecked this entire team, but spy checking saves the day. Now, another nice thing here that Pyro does is he's great at switching to shotgun just to finish people off. Also, with his air blast that I showed you earlier, he can reflect rockets. There's a soldier coming up, and I'm going to reflect his rocket here real quick. Right here. Bam! And if you're good enough and you get that to hit the target, it does mini crits. More spy checking. Cannot emphasize enough that spy checking. And not only can you reflect rockets, but you can reflect sticky grenades or demo man grenades, even Huntsman arrows if you're good enough, but reflecting Huntsman arrows is really hard. And we're just trying to be a little bit stealthy here, since, you know, Pyro's, it's just as much as a stealth class as it is an ambush type class as well, too. So, I'm going to illustrate some Mouse 1 W action here, and why it's a bad idea, because it's going to get me killed. That's kind of Pyro in a nutshell.
Oh, they're going to have to glue you back together in hell.
Now, I do this. This is Demo Man. First thing we're gonna do at the setup time here at the beginning of the round is lay a sticky trap all over the gate there. Now, smart players will know that if you got any type of bullet weapon, like a pistol, shotgun, sniper, anything like that, you can actually destroy sticky grenades with a bullet. But these guys aren't really aware of that, so that goes to my advantage. And bam, Heavy's dead there with the mouse 2 click. Now, another thing that kind of separates a good Demo Man between bad Demo Man is aim. I'm kind of just spamming a little bit here, but I'm trying to at least aim it in the general direction because the sticky grenades, they have a nice blast radius, and so kind of just keep that in mind. This Heavy has a lot more health, so I gotta lay down more sticky grenades than a normal one. But if you notice, I'm not trying to just lay one sticky grenade and just lay traps all day. I'm actually launching these sticky grenades at the target and then blowing them up in midair as fast as I can. And that's one really versatile thing about Demo. What else can you say about Demo, other than he's like one of the most overpowered classes in TF2 today, if you can use him well, that is. Also, I'm not using it right now, but the primary weapon, the grenade launcher, the grenades, you can arc them. So instead of it just being like a rocket launcher, you can arc the grenades. Also right there, just like a soldier, you can, instead of rocket jumping, you can sticky jump. So I just lay down a sticky grenade, mouse jumped and mouse 2, bam, I'm up in midair like you wouldn't believe. And that's, it costs a lot of health to do it, but it's definitely worthwhile if you can pull it off and you have a medic healing you.
My fists, they are made of steel!
Now, in an earlier video, I was talking about how Heavy is a big old tank. I got this medic Ubering me, makes me invincible for 8 seconds, just like the red team there. And, I don't know, Heavy's style is kind of a point-and-shoot type style. His minigun's got a really large radius, and the further away your target is, the less damage it does. The closer you are, the more damage it does. Makes sense, right? But right now we're doing some payload. Main thing for Heavy to do on payload or any type of point-capturing type mode is to get on the point and hold the line. And since we have 2 Heavies, myself and the other one, I'm just covering our back here, make sure no spies try and sneak up on us. Because if you fire at a friendly, it doesn't hurt them. Fire at an enemy, it does hurt them. What else can you say about Heavy? Heavy, he's got a lot of health. He moves slow. He's a big fat target for snipers and spies, which is something you always kind of need to keep in mind. Especially with spies, because being a spy myself, most of the time, Heavy's the first guy I go for if I can, just because he's so integral to the team. He's important because if you got one on your team, he's stealing the damage. And if he's not there, then your damage is gone. So, when you always got a chance to watch your back, just kind of turn around, spy check a little bit, and go on about your day. But how do you counter snipers? Well, snipers, the best you can do is have a medic with you, and if you know there's one around, just try and weave in and out. Try not to stay still and be a big fat target, because that's what you are. You are a big fat target standing around. Now, I did promise I would stick to the vanilla weapons, but I got kind of angry here because I was moving so slow and switched to the gloves running urgently. They just kind of let you run faster at the cost of health, and luckily we got a good team here because they push it in. Yep, that's kind of Heavy in a nutshell.
Why don't y'all get along before one of you gets hurt?
Alright, next up we got Angie, and just so you know, I was kind of having a bad day here. because I was on the noob team, and they weren't doing so well against the more experienced players. But things to know about Angie is you always gotta look out for spies, because they're gonna be trying sapping your buildings, kind of like my teleporter. See a little icon there? That means my stuff's getting sapped, and you can tell by that electricity kind of coming out of the building. And when your teleporter's getting sapped, if both the exit and the entrance are up, it'll destroy both of them, which sucks. So just kind of resetting that teleporter up. Always make sure you got one up, because that is one of the main things that Angie does. Is he teleports people up to the front as fast as they can. Now, what's nice on the default wrenches, the normal wrenches that are not the gunslinger, that is, spy, is you can upgrade your sentry all the way up to level 3. It's got rockets and 2 Gatling guns, and it's a really formidable type weapon to hold the line down and just kind of create a base for people. But if you want to be more offensive, you can be like me right here in this clip and switch to the gunslinger. Gunslinger allows you to kind of move out of your base and kind of do a drop and go style, because you'll have mini sentries, which are not upgradable. They cost 100 metal, and if you have the Frontier Justice with it, you can, once your sentry's destroyed, you can get critical hits for every one of your kills and assists. Now, for some helpful tips for people just beginning, don't build all your buildings in spawn. It's the number one thing that gets on everyone's nerves, is that they just build all their buildings in spawn, and then try and move them out, and then, more often than not, they're going to get them destroyed really quick. So what you do is, you try and find metal in the field, and you set up your base during your setup time, or kind of during your spare moments, because if you're just at the base setting stuff up, you're not helping anyone except yourself. So make sure you get out of your shell, stop turtling, and move out.
Can you feel the Schadenfreude?
Now we have arguably probably the most important class in TF2, the medic. Now, in the first video I was talking about how with medic, generally it's better to have half your teammates half alive than just focus on one person and have them completely overhealed. And that stays true as much as you can, except for this pyro here, because he's being stupid and runs out into the middle of fire here. So I back up and try and focus on some damage here when I can. Just because you're a medic doesn't mean you can't pitch in with the damage, but you just gotta know your damage is gonna suck. It's pretty bad. So instead of it being a battle medic where you just kind of always try to do some damage, just try to throw it in if you can, and if not, make sure people are alive, because the more you're healing people, the more you're building up that uber charge, which you can see right there, about 40%, and it would be higher, except we keep getting ambushed by crazy people. And this medic's going to be a real good example of what not to do as a medic. See, you see right there, instead of being healed by me, he went straight to the med pack. And as a medic, when there's a medic nearby, it's better for him to heal you, since he can build up his uber charge and potentially, you know, make that big push up with the uber. But since he took that med pack, that's not possible. Especially, let's put yourself in the situation that, say you're right by a med pack, there's a medic nearby. Just kind of be considerate and just let the medic heal you, because that medic, he only has regen health, and it's pretty bad. So try and save those med packs for your medics if you can. Finally, when you do get your uber charge, try and keep it as long as you can. My general rule is if I'm at half health, or my target I'm healing is at half health, that's when you pop it. The other rule is if you know you're about to hit some crazy stuff like a sentry or something like that, just kind of communicate with your buddy, and things will go a lot smoother.
I'm gonna plant one right between your eyes, you panther!
For our 8th class, we got Sniper. Now, Sniper is probably what everyone's going to be used to, because all you got to do, for the most part, is scope in, and you headshot. Now, if you played any other first-person shooter, you'll probably be really used to this. The difference is, instead of just doing a one-shot head kill, it does a certain amount of damage. Now, when your sniper is fully charged, there you can see a little charge right there when you're scoping in. You can do up to 450 damage, and that is as much damage as anyone can. That's as much health as anyone can possibly have. Here you can see some usage by the SMG. Don't kind of rely on the SMG like you would like a modern type assault rifle. It's not like that. It's just kind of basically useful for mid-range and kind of finishing off some health. What you really want to do is just try and scope in and get headshots. And finally, I just want to throw out a mention to the Huntsman. It's a bow and arrow, and it really changes up the sniper's gameplay, because instead of having to camp out and scope in, you can kind of just get up to the front lines and aim, kind of like a rocket launcher.
Promise not to bleed on my suit and I'll kill you quickly.
Finally, we got my favorite class, the Spy. Now, I'm not using the default loadout. With the default loadout, you would have a wristwatch. What that wristwatch does, it cloaks you, and as you pick up ammo, you can gain more cloak. There's also the cloak and dagger, which it's kind of, I call it the camp and dagger, because it allows you just kind of, if you sit there, you can regain your cloak instead of by ammo, but it kind of has a shorter time that you can stay cloaked. And finally, we're using the Dead Ringer here, which allows me to feign death. And basically the way that happens is if I get shot or any type of damage hits me and I have the Dead Ringer watch up, I will lay down a body and then continue to be cloaked. Also, I'm not also using the default knife as well either, because the default knife, you have to pick a disguise manually. Here, I'm never disguised. I can never disguise until I backstab someone, and then I take their disguise. So here, the point of Spy is you want to get behind enemy lines, be as stealthy as possible, and then go for that backstab kill. I've seen a lot of Spies recently kind of depend on the revolver, and the revolver is just mainly used for supplemental damage. Now, another tip is try not to bump into anyone, because that's one of the key ways of telling if there's a Spy around. So try and avoid people and be as stealthy as you can, and that's Spy. Well, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, alright? Thanks, guys.